Imposter syndrome. 3 steps to release it in a matter of weeks. So in this video, you're going to be finding out exactly what imposter syndrome is, if you have imposter syndrome, and also how you can release it, as I said, in a matter of weeks. And make sure you stay to the end so that you can know the 3-step process and also a little surprise of a specific video that you can use to shift it very quickly. Welcome back to another video. I'm Max Hindle I. I help entrepreneurs reprogram their life, rewire their minds for happiness, success, abundance, fulfillment, confidence, you name it, I do it. And before we get into the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon so that you get notified whenever I post. But other than that, let's find out how we release imposter syndrome. So what actually is imposter syndrome? I'm going to read out the definition and I'm not going to fluff it up, so I'm literally going to read it out. Imposter syndrome is a psychological pattern which an individual doubts their skill, accomplishments or talents and is fearful of being known as a fraud. Do you have any of that? Do you doubt your skill? Do you doubt your talents? Do you feel like sometimes you can be a fraud? Because the only real reason that you are feeling like a fraud or you feel like you're doubting your talents is because your subconscious mind does not have a program which supports that which you are trying to do. It doesn't have a program, if you've never done it before, to speak Spanish. So you're going to feel like an imposter if you're saying you're fluent in Spanish and you're doing that. Now, that is true. If you are lying, there's a big difference. And the biggest industry I see imposter syndrome in is people that become executives, but mainly in the coaching industry, in the industry I'm in. I had massive imposter syndrome when I first started, thinking, am I actually able to help these people? Am I able to give these people what they need? And I felt like, I'm not sure. I feel like I need to be doing more. And a lot of the time, the reason people think this, whether they are executives, whether they are coaches, or whether you're just in everyday life, is we feel we need to be perfect when we're giving advice, when we're running a business, when we're making YouTube videos. When I make YouTube videos, you see cuts all the time because I muck up here and there all the time. And that's normal, that's part of life. And I admit that, I just don't leave them in because people would just get bored. Me sitting there, me sitting there thinking, what should I say next? Or how can I add on to that? How can I make that more impactful? We don't have to be perfect, and that's something that we need to understand, is we just need to be a little bit better than we were yesterday. Because in order to tie our laces well, we have to practice. In order to learn the alphabet, we have to practice. In order to gain confidence in something, we first must gain a level of competence, but then also reprogram our subconscious mind to believe and know that we have the ability and the talent to do so. Of course there's going to be better people out there than us. Of course there's better people that are better at making YouTube videos, are better than doing therapy. There's many, many people out there. But that doesn't mean that I'm not good. And that doesn't mean that I'm not perfect for some people. But I'm not perfect. Nor are you. Nor is no one. And you can even comment down below, who is one perfect person? Comment down below and I will tell you why they're not perfect. And that's not to sort of like squash anyone, but that's just to prove that it doesn't matter where you are or where you've started, where you continue to go is where you will end up. So if you don't have a subconscious program that supports what you are doing right now, being an executive of a company, being a coach, being a therapist, being a YouTuber, then your subconscious mind will immediately push. It will push against it. No. I don't support that. I don't speak Spanish. 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 Until one day you are able to have a conversation in Spanish. But if you didn't believe that it was possible, you would never get to that point. And I want you to watch this video about how Joe Dispenza explains happiness and also how he explains how you can become happy from a vision of your future. So make sure you watch that video after this one, obviously. But I want you to know that if you feel like you have imposter syndrome, if you feel as if you are a fraud, one for a better word, you have compassion. You want to be better at what you do. So what that is showing me and what that is indicating to me is you are a person who deserves to be in this place. Because a real fraud would never admit it. A real fraud would never believe it. And I've seen many businesses, and I can't remember the name of the event that was started. It was meant to be a massive event that was meant to have all these famous singers and stuff like that. And if I remember, I will put it in here. I really can't remember what it was called. Fire Festival. I think it was Fire Festival. I'm pretty sure it was Fire Festival. And the guy was selling, he was a very good salesman, because he was just lying. And if I told you, well, yeah, I can grow your hair 5 inches just with hypnotherapy. Everyone that wants to grow their hair 5 inches is going to come to me. If I'm lying, and I don't know if that's possible. Maybe it is, I don't know. But I know that I can't do that. So if I said that, I'd be lying, hence I am a fraud. So he knew he was doing it, he knew what he was doing was lying, but he was trying to make that lie and turn it into reality. Now that is being a fraud. Being a fraud is someone who is actively lying and knows they're lying, and not actually giving the result that someone wants. Now, if you don't get that result immediately, then that's not you being a fraud. That's you saying, I need to just tweak my abilities. I need to learn a bit more. I need to grow a bit more. Just like when I first started hypnosis. Getting someone into hypnosis took a little bit longer when I first started, well, a lot longer. Versus now I can do it very quickly because I've just gained that competence level and I've gained my confidence in my ability. So I can help you with hypnosis. And if you want any help with that, head over to my website. So actually getting into the 3 practical steps of releasing imposter syndrome once and for all. And if you have it, let's release it, because you deserve to release it and do what you deserve to do best, which is be happy, love, be compassionate, spread a message and help people. Because if you're watching this video, you're most likely trying to help people, whether that's in business, whether that's being a friend, whether that's being a coach, a mentor, or a therapist. So thank you very much on behalf of the universe and the world. Step number 1 is practice what you preach. If you say, eat vegetables every morning because it's good for your diet, but you eat chocolate cake every morning, you are lying. Now, what you are saying is true, but what you are doing is not matching up to what you are saying. I can very easily say, you need to go for 10-mile runs every day if you want to get fit and healthy. I don't go for 10-mile runs every day. I went for a run this morning and I maybe did about 2 miles, if that, I don't know. Because my ability to run, because I haven't done it for so long, isn't so great. So I need to build that up. But I would never say to someone something that I don't do. So when I say, I'm going to teach you self-hypnosis, it's because I do self-hypnosis. When I say I'm going to teach you mindfulness, it's because I do mindfulness. When I say you should read more, it's because I read more. And that's just my personal journey. That's where I'm going. So you have that ability to practice what you preach. If you say something, do it. Because when you practice what you preach, you're actively in alignment with your words. And when you're in alignment with your words, you begin to step into and embody that version of yourself that you want to be. You want to be compassionate, practice compassion. Saying, I am compassionate, but not being compassionate and passing over everyone that wants your help, you're lying. So we need to get out of that place of saying something and doing something else. We need to move into practicing what we preach, and it's very simple. It really is, say something, do something. And start with the small things. Drink 3 pint sizes of filtered water every single day. I can say that because I do that. Step number 2, appreciate and remember your past accomplishments. Now, I can go into one of my favourite stories, which was me when I used to race motorbikes. I remember my best ever position was second in a race. I never came first. But that race that I came second, I can remember it so vividly. And that genuinely brings me so much accomplishments, so much proudness in me of what I did, because I started off as literally coming last every single race. So when I did that, that was just honestly the best feeling ever. Whenever I want to get to that feeling of accomplishment, I will get myself into a meditative or hypnotic state, and I will remember exactly what it felt like to overtake the person who was second, to then go into second on the last corner. I remember it so vividly, so clearly. I remember everything, absolutely everything of it. I even remember the person who was standing there with the flags to guide us in, so we went off the track. And that brings me so much joy and accomplishment. So remember those little joys and accomplishment. If I want to feel abundance, I go back to a time when I created abundance in my life. And if you haven't already, then go and check out some of my other videos about the law of attraction, about how you can generate those feelings, because we need to start somewhere. But you have done things in your past. And for example, you can go back to when you were younger, on your birthday when you got 100 pounds, and back then 100 pounds was like, whoa. It's the feeling we need. We don't need the actual experience. We just need the feeling from the experience. So that feeling of accomplishment makes me feel just so proud of myself whenever I think about it. So remember your accomplishments and go back to them on a daily basis, because the more you feel them, the more of those emotions are going to be in you. And the more you do that, you are literally programming your mind to feel those emotions every single day. And the third and final step comes down to what I talk about all the time, is reprogram your subconscious mind. And if you want to understand how to reprogram subconscious mind, watch this video here because it explains it in much, much, much deeper detail. But essentially what we want to do is we want to embed the programs in. And as I said before, if our subconscious mind does not support what we are trying to do, which is brand new, it's understandable that it takes a bit more time. Now, if you look at today's world, what used to take 10, 20, 30 years to do now takes 2, 3, 4 years, realistically. There's people becoming millionaires literally in a couple of years, and it is possible. I'm not, but not yet. Will be very soon. But it's very, very possible now because of the information we have. It wasn't possible to watch this video to understand how to release imposter syndrome. You have to go out and find someone or find a book that has it in there, and it didn't always have it in there. Like, you couldn't even research how far away the moon was. Now I can say, hey Siri, how far away is the moon from Earth?
The moon is 238,856 miles.
I've got that information in my pocket. So now that you've watched this video, you can understand that if you want to reprogram your subconscious mind, send me a message. Go onto my website and schedule a subconscious mind analysis, a strategy call to understand how you can do that. But if you want to really reprogram your subconscious mind, it comes down to getting ourselves into a still state of mind. I'm going to outline it, getting ourselves into a still state of mind and knowing where we want to go. So with that being said, have an absolutely amazing day. Keep spreading love, kindness, and so much positivity. Yeah.